Wait, what? All right, I think we are back on. You should be. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can I hear me? We are in fact back on. Wonderful. All right, guys. Business time. I just got off a nasty shift and I just want to play Glory to Greatest Limbus Company. All right, I just want to catch up. Oh, and sidebar, Lucio and Valentina next week? What? Hey. Anyway, let us get started. I believe the last we left off, yep, we were about to meet up with the bread woman because Rodeo was getting bread in the pictures we had from what we got from the photo studio that were rendered in this secret dark room, seemingly. Led us to this person. Ah, I know who you're looking for. Oh, wait, so the mystery's over. Damn. That was fast. Okay. The Wait, hold on. Okay, there you go. There we go. The owner of the bakery was a woman holding the same wicker basket as the one in the photograph. She took one glance at the picture I held up for her and gave a quick nod. This man, he works in a Cannery 17 right next. He's a regular. He used to drop by every morning to buy sandwiches to share with his coworkers. Haven't seen him around lately though. And those coworkers, I assume they were wearing the same uniform? Asking the question on my behalf, Otis showed the baker another photograph. Probably. He was always wearing one too. I'd guess it's the cannery uniform. This confirms our lead executive manager. A few inquiries at the cannery should bring us to information we need. Yeah, you're right. But it's just that she doesn't seem very concerned at all. She's one of the people in the photos that weren't affected by the distortion, right? Thought she'd be a close acquaintance. Allow me to verify, executive manager. Do you know the name of the regular you spoke of? His name? Am I supposed to know that? Though I wasn't expecting her to actually know his name, the apathy evident in her voice gave me pause. He took a photo of you. Wouldn't it be reasonable to assume that you're well acquainted with him? Oh, that? The baker's demeanor changed when Otis pressed the point. She gave a strange, unsettling smile before pulling something from her apron pocket. A thin, round, hand-like object. He said he'd give me 5 of these canned experiences for free if I let him take my picture. He even said he'd throw in the decograph of the building of my choice. He he docugraphs buildings, right? I hear he even takes work trips to the nest every now and then. So I asked him to get me a docugraph of this lovely mansion I saw by the nest suburbs. I know I'll never get to oh, yeah, see, that's why she's making that weird pained expression. She's like, I literally let him take my picture because I'm so broke. Not, I mean, she's a shop owner or shop worker. She don't own her, owner. So she's actually probably on the better half of these things. But regardless, she's basically like, I'm never living in a mansion. I'm probably never even getting near a nest mansion. Okay. I just let him do it because those canned experiences were coming for free. Okay. I could get them for the free ski and get to live my dream for like 5 seconds. or however the canon experiences work. Point is, it was a trade. But this way, I could at least experience what it's like. And gosh, it was everything I'd ever hoped for. I didn't quite put my finger on it, but there was this distinct eeriness in that dreamy, blissful smile on the baker's face that sent a chill down my spine. Ahem. Young Merceau, are these canned experiences truly possessed of such marvels to pluck all semblance of reason from one's countenance? Continents. There we go. They maintain a high demand across the city. District 14 is only one of several markets. Dost thou mean that those who indulge in canned experiences may experience venturing on an expedition to the Great Lake and bungee jumping off the summit of a skyscraper yonder as they remain seated where they are? They may. However, a magic can allowing one to pursue any dreams that the heart may conceive. Verily, I confess mine own soul is much tempted. It differs from pursuing a dream. See, he's doing that thing again. Look at his face. Mass-produced canned experiences are made from base experience matter mixed with various modified information. The resulting end product enables intense stimulation through altered memory. Therefore, it's unlike the dream as expressed by Don Quixote. A piece of memory refined along the numerous processing stages of the cannery's production lines is not equivalent to a genuine experience, meaning the users of experience in our previous statement must also be amended. Memory is altered for intense simulation. That does sound quite shady. Actually, yeah, that never really specifying what it is. So essentially, your memories get altered. Oh, interesting. There was a YouTuber, here's a YouTuber who made a video relatively recently talking about what they think will happen in Merceau's Canto. And they talk about how it's possible that Merceau may have been framed for something and that it may have something to do with Can's experiences, which may connect because maybe the reason why Merceau's reacting this way about the Can experiences is specifying that it's not like dreaming up something, is like your memories are getting fucked with to give you a feeling as though you've experienced something, even though you also remember you took Can experience. So it's kind of like it's in your memory, even though that's never happened. You've never been to that place. You've never seen that place up close and personal, done that thing. But you feel like you did in your memories that were altered by the canned experience. Interesting. How doth this cast a shade upon the boons granted by the can? Adventures and tales are, forsooth, inclined toward a little grandeur. It is because the memories provided by canned experiences are extremely vivid. Statistics have shown that users of cans interpret them as authentic experiences and become dependent on them. A possible cause of the formation of dependence patterns is that canned experiences allow one to feel as if one has achieved a dream that is, in reality, impossible. Oh, okay, I'm getting it. Art thou implying that the users are made content with devouring forged dreams stored in instant use cans? Yeah, most likely. Worse still, the user may no longer strive to chase dreams in the waking world. Okay. For the sweeter and more splendidly a dream is embellished, the more impossible it will appear to be grasped with one's own hands. To become a cause for surrender, instead of inciting one to march forth, verily doth it not annul the significance of dreaming itself, that the resultant dreams for Ruzeth, not the spirit, to gallop toward it. Wow, it's difficult to say things in that speech pattern. Whether that annuls its significance, I cannot know. But they sell well. So, how much will you be buying? Buy what? You came barging in with all these questions. I was patient enough to answer them politely. Wasn't I? Don't you think you owe me a sale or two? You're not about to leave without buying a single loaf after crowding up my bakery and scaring off my customers, are you? I'm not gonna hold you. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I interrupted. Anyway, you're not about to leave without buying a single loaf after. Yeah, I read that. Her case was on point. Actually, with our whole group gathered around, the passerby gave us a wide berth and hurried on, whispering among themselves, always about to come in and buy bread like that. Come on, lady, I practically cleared your shelf already, didn't I? You did? Where the hell are you keeping all that then? Do you even gotta ask? Of course I had some already, and the rest is safely tucked in my coat pockets so we can all share later. Rhodia, you're hilarious. So, you already ate some? Let's buy a little more. Should we scared off the other customers? Understood. Given that the expense is made to facilitate this operation, the lack of prior budgeting should not pose a problem. Oh, nice. Sesame rice. Sesame rice bun for me, please. Him, you lazy. I mean, we established last stream that, well, they're not actually lazy, but it's still funny to imagine that he's just a lazy bastard. Anyway, it was Kim. He really did have a knack for making interest at the least expected moments. Hey, mister, where have you been this whole time? Wait. She waits. Be cross with me all you like, but just give me a moment. Ezra paused, waiting in puzzled anticipation. Only for this guy. Only for him to take a sesame bun from the baker's hand and chomp on it. Chomp into it. Alright, I'm ready. Freaking voice red. Bruh. What is with the LCD and them just being hungry people? They'd be like, bro, I could really go for some food right now. Ezra, Vespa, it seems like Kim too. This guy, they're all terrible. Ezra's angry fist drove straight into Kim's solar plexus, holding him to the ground like a crumpled sack of potatoes as he rolled away. At this rate, the owner might start charging us for the whole bakery next, roof and all. Best get away from here. Manager. Rousseau approached me as we walked down the street, but Ezra and Kim was still squabbling behind us. He was holding a roll of something brown and tightly coiled. I have completed development of the film per your instruction. Yeah. Oh, so this is the film in that canister you were shaking. Do I just unroll it? Hold it up against the sun or other sources of light? As it is a reversal film, the images should be visible as they were photographed. I had no idea what a reversal film meant, but I did as he said and unrolled the film. Okay, I can see it. Huh, that's pretty cool. Oh, is it is it showing? Can I see too? Move over a bit. Let me have a look. Oh my god. It was hard to make out the details because the images were too small, but I could still tell the strip was packed with almost identical pictures. Is it the same person in every shot? In the same pose at all of them? Huh. Alright. No, wait a second. See the arm here? The further along the strip you go, the lower it gets. Yeah. The head looks like it's turning to the right. Huh. We were all squinting at the tiny frames on the film when Sinclair suddenly flinched and went stiff like he'd seen something he shouldn't have. The second later, all color drained from his face. Sinclair, what's the matter? This reminds me of something I learned in school. You draw a picture in the corner of a stack of notes. Oh, yeah. I know what he's talking about. I used to do this. It's low grade animation. The exact same pose and spot at every page. You start with your arms down, then you make one small change each page. Nudge the arms up higher, higher until they're raised all the way up. And when you flip the pages fast enough, the drawings stop looking like separate images, the still figure starts moving. The class was called Introduction to Motion Pictures. I remember the teacher saying that uh, video footage you watch are all made the same way. Are you saying that it's a continuous sequence of still images? The arrangement of the frames suggests that this film strip is highly likely to constitute footage. A violation. Uh, I wonder. I'm not understanding what the issue is. No videos in NCorp. Got it. That's the problem. I'm not getting why he's tripping though. It seems normal. I mean, I was like, are videos taboos? I was like, no, we've seen videos before. Now I understand why they said why everybody was tripping. Okay, that's all right. Don't mind me. I just messed up the whole screen. Oh, I got rid of all my stuff. Oops. Well, there goes that. I'm thinking NCorp people. That's my guess. Oh crap! Here they come. As soon as I registered Mersault's words, my hand reflexively threw the film to the ground. Are you gonna be okay? You might have just broken a taboo. My mind began to race, rapidly traveling back through our journey, specifically to the same time when Donkiori had smashed the window at K-Corp and caused the wing to wipe out team. Uh, our team multiple times over. I felt faint. At least we had Virgilius with us then, and it ended up being not that big of a deal at the end of the day, since I could revive sinners. But some nest taboos can get us in serious trouble just for carrying anything that has to do with them, can't they? I hurriedly turned toward the sitters, many of whom looked every bit as troubled as I felt. A still few of them expressed casual lack of concern, saying all the crazy things we've gone through so far. Guys, I don't know. I don't think we've ever truly been the at the uh at the danger end of a wing's feelings. All right. I think is the first time we've ever truly been like the wings like, yeah, we don't like the cut of your jib. Let's cut your jib. You feel me? Miss Faust, what will happen to us if this gets the manager killed? Okay, so this is it, huh? Stop freaking out, guys. They're not dying. We'll be fine. NCorp's not gonna kill you on the spot just for possessing a film roll. Really? Well, it might be a problem if the film roll does contain genuine recorded footage, but it's not like you guys had a hand in filming it, right? When NCorp dudes get here to pick it up, just comply with their commands, thank them for their service, and nicely hand it over to the authorities. Everything should be A-okay. There's a possibility that everything will not be okay. Oh. Eh? Because I have developed the contents of that film roll in that dark room. Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. The court will take the lack of intentionality into consideration. However, it is very likely that my actions will be deemed as aiding the primary violator of the taboo. Really? No, but be so serious. What? Well, but team leader said that NCorp has their own regulatory standards regarding image quality, which they use to determine the severity of taboo violation. If the footage's image quality or frame rate is within regulations, NCorp won't be sizing their fixers on our butts, sicking. There we go. There's fixers on our butts right away. And that could buy us time or give our company some leverage to make a deal, however small it might be. Because what they're really sniffing around for is how close to reality the video is, or how close of an experience it provides to real life. So even if we even if we're really, really unlucky, they actually come after us. It's going to be fine as long as the footage is low fidelity, probably. Mm. Why is he making that face again? So Xlooky does frame rate within regulations entail. Great point. Also, the immediate obvious thing, the taboo has everything to do with the canned experiences, as the canned experiences give someone the opportunity to experience something through imagination, but a video would also kind of sort of achieve the same concept, or at least be a low grade, easier to uh, obtain version of the same idea. So probably the reason why it's illegal is just literally just because, hey guys, you're gonna buy canned experiences and you're gonna like it. Which, hey, I'm not saying it's a good business practice. I'm just saying it works. It means that the interval between each frame shouldn't be like super brief. Think about photo slideshows. They only show you one image every few seconds, so it doesn't really feel real or vivid, right? You could technically call them motion pictures, but there's no vividness required to violate their taboo. Then let us analyze this film roll and see how vivid it really is. So, I trust that you are knowledgeable in subjects concerning NCorp. Yes, cooperate. Could this film roll be considered a violation of the taboo? Oz picked up a film from the ground and showed it to Marcel. This cannot be determined. Unless each frame is thoroughly analyzed and compared with adjacent. Without waiting for Marcel to finish, Otis unrolled the film roll and raised it against the sky. The rest of you, get over here. We must analyze these frames. So they're all just right, okay. I mean, I guess that was kind of the case regardless. The film canister was labeled experiment, so I assumed the culprit had created this as a test run of sorts. The experiment to see how close they could get to violating a taboo and testing the limits of the law. It may even be a mere collection of similar photographs that are pretending to be recorded footage. The sinners all gather around Otis and look up toward the unrolled film in unison. Here, the flower pot moves between frames, doesn't it? The docugrapher couldn't possibly have moved the pot while also holding down the shutter button. I don't see any difference. I see here the expression risen on the subject's visage appears rather stiff. Maybe they're just gloomy sort. Maybe. Perhaps. Oh shoot. I just realized this whole time I didn't close chat. Let me close and quiet myself. Ugh. Hold on. Okay, I just wanted to make sure what was sorry I talk. Oh, if that's the key. Oh, wait, hold on. I think we skipped one. If that's the case, maybe the subject really is trying to fake an actual footage by moving very, very, very slowly. I think it was just two, but whatever. That's a pretty convincing theory. I'm not sure if that's enough to conclude that we're in clear just yet. That's when Bamboo had a Kim, who had been sprawled on the ground ever since Ezra punched him, stepped into the conversation. Let's see. Look at the shadow cast on the windowsill. See how it's noticeably shifts between each frame? How whoever made this knows their craft for sure, but I can't imagine a backstreet dweller would have any way to mess with the sun's trajectory. Then the likely scenario must be that the creator of this film roll deliberately made its subject move very slowly from frame to frame, creating a series of disconnected photos that, when played sequentially, would look like the footage that violates the taboo. In which case, the film known does not violate the next taboo, correct? And that is highly probable. Okay. So he says, executive manager, we should be in the clear for now, at least in regards to aiding the violation of the wings taboo. Phew. But if he was willing to go through this much trouble just to test NCorp patience, it's hard to believe that he'd have stopped here. Based on all available evidence, executive manager, it seems reasonable to conclude that the inflection point of this case is a taboo violator on the run. Huh. Well, what motive would they have to do that? Great question. Sure, working for a Wing subsidiary has nothing on being an actual Wing employee, but it's still pretty up there when it comes to careers available in the backstreets. Work for a subsidiary long enough, and you might even get transferred to a factory job in a nest. That gives you a pretty okay chance at a better life. So maybe he just tired of living that kind of life. Could be that simple. Everyone has one of those days, don't they? The sudden feeling that you could be doing more than live the rest of your life in a 9 to 5 hell. The drive to do something that takes you away from the pressure of trying to make a life. A very Ishmael coded, but yes. Yes. Something about what Ishmael said must have tickled Bamboo Hat at Kim, because he suddenly whipped around toward her and shook his head. Maybe. But how many of these people do you think are capable of throwing away everything they've built on a whim? From what I've seen, maybe our culprit just likes to play with fire. Play with fire. Yeah, it must have started by doing something that technically doesn't count as taboo, and inched on and on until he brushed thrillingly close to one. One thrilling shot through this camera, and another with the next, until eventually he ended up recording actual footage. Cool. Then that leaves the question of what the heck was he trying to do with it? I've been trying to screen it using a projector for all this part of Backstreets to see. What? Well, wouldn't that make everyone here, even those who unwillingly came across the projection? Right on. Right on. It have made those folks violators of the taboo. So just fry the whole street. Okay, cool. But why would anyone? So would you care to explain how you know that, Mr. Breadbane? Great point. Axe run on the opposite street, and apparently some guy's been going around asking the workshops if they could make him a projector. Seemed like most of them turned him down, but they also said that he stopped showing up after a certain point. Fair to guess that he got his hands on a projector somehow. Alas, is it not a taboo of N Corp to view recorded videos? Pray tell, why would any insane mind? Well, it ain't taboo if you only made a projector, in it. Backstreet's lookers down for anything long as there's coin. For a point. This is actually also sidebar. This kind of shows that Kim is not useless because he just established a very key point of this whole investigation because he was just off running around. Anyway, so how do we track this guy down? Multiple individuals in the same garb as the print frame team has just have just been identified in the vicinity. They are all carrying the same briefcase. Oh, isn't that convenient? Maybe we can play this like a festival or conversation and just tell people who look like they're involved with what we're looking for. So those lead us to wherever we need to. Pretty sure they're coming for us, actually. Indeed, at architecture conventions, there would be those in formal plaid shirts and suspenders milling about. I could always trust them to lead me to the convention venue. Uh huh. There was a con for those plaid shirt fellas to look around like they're scanning this area. Did they did they also go around checking people against photographs? Uh, collect evidence. Please advise for. They're also radioed each other, glaring at people like they're glaring at. Huh? Perhaps you could answer the series of queries yourself. They're coming for us. Nope, this crowd sure don't look like they're gonna let us follow them. Yep. For us, they are here.
키 긁어 신 어에 이어 짜증나는 시선이 늘었군.
Let's see what we
앞으로
got.
한 번만 더 기분 나쁜 눈빛으로 내 검을
I keep on
힐끔힐끔
forgetting to switch to
쳐다보면
the people speaking.
그땐 예외 없이 모분이다.
뺀다면 4월을 간다.
Oh, I forgot we're back with Ezra and stuff. Nice.
엄마는 무기라면 뭐든 잘 다뤘어. 그중 제일 뛰어난 게 검이었지.
Yes, please. Oh. Okay, now we're fine. Who's okay? Let's not waste that.
뺀다면 사월을 건너.
Two and kill. 1, 2, 3.
무상한 목숨. 불끈을 지원해. 무타 법을 이제야 좀 이해해.
Nice.
너희가 걸어야 할 수라의 길은 여전히 그 끝이 보이지 않을 만큼 멀고 또 멀고.
Okay. Wait. Oh, you can clash this? Alright, you clash him then. You can clash him. Alright, let's see.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 지워버리죠.
Oh my god, Don Quixote, please.
망월 참아.
Can we get a double heads? Nice.
숨을 거두리다.
우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 고무대 같았어. 대전,
아름다운 것, 그렇지 않은 것, 흐트러지게.
Nice.
어릴 땐 몰랐어. 왜 엄마가 삼촌들이랑 말도 못 섞게
Let's see.
했는지. 그 외부
That
관자들,
like this.
손가락 안에서도
there,
외로워하는 실력자들이었을 거야.
Double up.
너희가 보여준
Free
혹은
kill.
더 대단한 기술을 매번
And
엄마에게
double up.
가르쳐줬거든.
즐겁겠군.
혈이 난자오.
Good damage, good damage.
배워냈어요.
Wonderful. Nice.
그냥 5배!
흐트러지게.
Almost killed him. Alright. like that, and like that.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
One. Nice.
혈이
이제 신
난자하오.
수에선 벗어났네.
Okay. Kill. Wonderful.
자세 틀림은 없고. 모분조토. 역시 모가지를 균질러야 조용히 지니까 그렇지 않아. 도야지 같은 새끼들은. 확실하게 갈라지는 감각이었네.
지금처럼 엄마와 함께 이곳저곳을 다니며 많은 기억을 쌓아줘. 언젠가
Can we continue?
그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를 데려갈 수 있게.
More dialogue?
승부수가
Nope.
먹혀들었군. 판세는 완벽히 우리에게 있었다. 정착지를 찾을
Uh-oh.
때까지
Okay, right
이
back into
기세를
stuff.
잃지 않기를.
Ugh. My body is so not okay with how I'm acting.
이 검이
Maybe
필요하오.
thinking, what are you talking about? I'm tired. I just worked like an 8-hour shift and I didn't sleep a lot.
히
So
클고
my brain's
신
like, bro,
오일려.
you want to take a nap or something?
짜증나는
I'm like,
시선이
no, we gotta play.
앞으로 한 번만 더.
But
기분
the
나쁜
demons,
눈빛으로 내
demons, they say
힐끔이 또
sleep,
쳐다.
Julian.
그땐 예외 없이 모분이다.
Ugh. Killing a guy.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
Damn, Ishmael, you lost that many clashes? Good damage? Let's go, Yi Sang. You're doing great, buddy. Damn it, Otis.
누가 화났을 땐 이렇게 숨소리도 내지 말고 숨어 있어야 해.
I just don't know how they be mashing things up sometimes. Like, I have one from every rank, yet somehow you want me to believe that I don't have enough guys at these various dudes? Like, what are we talking about? Let's do it like this. Unopposed? Wait, what? Wait, were you not attacking him this whole time? Well, guess not. Hey, you take this, and you take this. One, two, three. Nice. Beautiful. It worked, Marcel.
망을 참아.
Nice.
숨을
Too cool. Come on. Yes.
별이 난자오.
우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 고모들 같았어.
Nice.
모분조토. 역시 모가지를
Ah, we can
분질러야
start doing some
조용해지는군.
damage.
저 도야지 같은 새끼들은.
Wait, seriously? Oh. House, get it together.
무례배들.
네 상대는 나야. 대전.
Nice. Come on, Don Quixote. Nice, 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 nice.
참소. 별이 난자.
Good damage.
불끈한 지원을.
No kill, unfortunately.
엄마는 무기라면 뭐든 잘 다뤘어.
Good kill.
그중 제일 뛰어난 게 검이었어.
Nice.
이제 싱 수에선 벗어났나?
I'm just gonna do this. Or not. Mm. Mm. Why not?
소림이 없도록.
아름다운 것. 그렇지 않은 것. 쓰러지게.
Picture this, picture that. Picture this blade in your neck.
최근엔 좋았어요.
Kill.
재혼했어요.
Oof. Huge damage.
제 행위. 그렇다 믿지 않았군. 무상이다. 나는 분명 가위를 내겠다고 했을 텐데.
Okay, damage.
무타법을 이제야 좀 이해했군.
Three or lower. Beautiful.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
That should do it.
달빛이 밝다. 그 몸까지 밝힌 너를
너희에게 꽃을 달아준다면
나이스.
피아노가 어울리겠어. 가장 새빨간 지옥색의 피아노.
Wait, so he's the right now it's two left. I thought he kept like 4 beats just now. Or maybe I'm wrong.
모분조토. 역시 모가지를 분질러야 조용해지는 걸. 저 도야지 같은 새끼들은 흐드러지게.
확실하게 갈라지는 감각이었네.
온, 올.
Good stuff, good stuff.
하지만 슬슬 몰리는군. 근처에 용수염이라는 군 거를 파는 곳 있나? 있군. 그럼 오늘
승부수가 먹혀들었군. 판세는 완벽히 우리에게 있었다. 정착지를 찾을 때까지 이 기세를 잃지 않기를.
You know what, guys? We're gonna just cut the stream here. I know, extra mega short, but I'm like actually exhausted. We're gonna save the rest for this for at least a day when I'm not working nearly as long, or I can start earlier. I was supposed to have been home and able to start streaming like, well, I guess before the stream started, which was around 6. I should have been able to play since like 4:30 or so, 5 o'clock, but I ended up getting back extra late. So now, I guess I'm kind of hitting the end of my rope much sooner than anticipated. I could keep going, but then I feel like I'm at some point gonna end up cutting off, and I'm like, I'd rather not cut off with like nothing to do. So we'll cut off here, though I suspect we're like infinitesimally close to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we probably have like 4 or 5 more notes to go. So I think it's a good place to stop for now. All right. Until the next time, which will be soon. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe Thursday. Stay tuned. Until then, I'll catch y'all. Adios.